What's up, everybody? I just got done watching the eclipse. Super cool. Second time I've seen one. First time in Oregon, second time in Texas. Today, I'm gonna make the lamb shawarma. I've never had like a shawarma wrap, so I figured I wanted to give it a go. And I've been doing a little bit of looking around, so just kind of gonna take you through the process a little bit of what I'm gonna do. It's not gonna be traditional. I don't have any type of a rotisserie, but I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it a go and see if I can make a pretty authentic shawarma wrap. At least some of the right flavors, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is marinate my lamb. And I've got my little mortar and pestle. And I got a few cloves of garlic. Those are gonna go in. A couple of cloves. I'm gonna make sure I put it right back in the right little spice compartment. Few green cardamom pods. Let's do, I don't know, maybe it's a little over an eighth of a teaspoon of fennel. A little bit of cumin seed. Drop that in. I'm gonna do a jalapeno. I don't know if this is like traditional because of the recipes that I've been looking at. I didn't see it, but you know what? I like spicy. We're gonna do a little spicy. And I won't put too much because the kids are gonna eat it, and yeah. A little bit of ginger. If you guys haven't seen this little magical trick, I'm gonna take the back of my knife and just kind of scrape down on the skin and kind of scrape that skin off. I don't need that much, so I'm just gonna do it to the bottom there. And you should take the skin off your ginger or wash it really well. They put like some kind of a growth inhibitor on there. And who wants to eat that, you know? I don't want to eat that. You guys probably don't want to eat that. You might want to eat that. You know, maybe it'll make you glow in the dark. I don't know. We'll give it a go. A little bit of black pepper. Most of the recipes I see do a little nutmeg. I don't have nutmeg, but I have mace because I make sausage once in a while. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of that in there. And mace is the outside skin of a nutmeg. So it's got a lot of the same flavors. Big shot of paprika. Dude, I should have took the little shaker off. I usually take the little shaker parts off of most of the spices that I use. A little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon, I don't take the top off. Because you know, you gotta sprinkle cinnamon. What if you want it on top of your latte? Whatever. Some lemon juice. Pay no attention to the sticker. I'm gonna shoot that in there. And yes, there are little bits and bobs of seeds and stuff in there. You know what? Okay. Hopefully I'm gonna crunch them up well enough that I'm not gonna hurt anybody, you know? I'm not gonna tick off the neighbors with it. The kids. The mill. The wife. Okay. Grinding all that stuff up. I should have got the bigger. Here's lesson. This, lesson to be learned. I should have got the bigger mortar and pestle when I got this thing. Like, this is a pretty cool one. I got it from an Asian market. It's supposed to be like a Thai one. And it's tough as nails. There's no way this thing's ever gonna break. It's not like the ones, I shouldn't say the brand name because that's chump. But some of the ones you find at Walmart, I've actually seen the pestles break on those. Crack, you drop it. And this thing, I think you could light off a bomb and it wouldn't hurt this thing. It was built like a tank, but I wish I would have got the big one. A little more real estate to kind of do some stuff. I think would have been better. And now I have some plain yogurt. Dude, I didn't realize they put a condom on the top of your yogurt, especially not a little individual one. Whatever. That's weird. And a little bit of olive oil. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have seen all those shawarma videos on social media, but yeah, it's got me a little spun and I want to make a shawarma wrap. If it's not tight, it's not right. Okay, it looks like Thousand Island. It does not taste like Thousand Island. It tastes freaking amazing though. Like, it tastes really good. I have done tandoori chicken before, and it's got a lot of that. A little different, right? But yeah, it's got a lot of that going on. Anywho, I've got my lamb up here. Take a look at that. I got it at Costco, and it was the boneless leg of lamb that was in a net. And I took half of it and just kind of thin sliced it and then cut across it. Took out some of the bigger pieces of fat. And what I didn't realize, because I don't think I've ever bought a leg of lamb from Costco, but I have, messed with legs of lamb. And in the knee area, the joint in the leg of lamb, there's a good portion of fat in there. And in that piece of fat is a gland. I assumed that in a boneless leg of lamb, that gland would have been taken out. Guess what? No. So if you have a leg of lamb, watch out for that thing. Nobody wants to eat a big old lamb gland. Just saying. And I took the rest of the lamb and I cubed it, and I'm going to do a little bit of a stew with it. But next, I'm going to take that lamb, mix it with that marinade, and we're going to let it sit until dinner time. A few hours. And yeah, then we're going to do it on like a Blackstone. I don't have a Blackstone, a griddle, whatever. But I have a grill that you can put a plate on top of, so it works just the same. And we're gonna do it like a fajita or something, a stir fry. But I think I can pull it off, and I can leave that pool of lammy goodness on that thing and use it to crisp my Saj bread, which I have over here. Went to the Arabic market this morning and got some groovy stuff. Some turnip pickles and lots of cool stuff I'm going to show you guys. But yeah, I'll see you a little bit later in the day. For you, it'll be like a second, and for me, it's going to be a few hours. But yeah, see you then. Okay, poof, I'm back. I'm really here. And this dude has been heating up to about 500 degrees. Like, it's good and hot. I got a couple of spatulas, right? And then landing zone. Don't forget your landing zone. I like these big hamburger spatulas, and this one I found at the Asian market. I saw somebody on the internet just ripping with these things, and man, these things are built like tanks. And really, the hamburger spatula I got for icing cakes. Oh, you know, for in a different life I had. And but I think 2 spatulas are key. You got to have a couple. So make sure you got a couple. I got a little bit of oil covered in hair, and my hands are covered in goop. So remind me to put my gloves on and wash my hands and do all that stuff later when I start building stuff that's going to go straight into people's mouths, because that's a smart thing to do. And I'm going to grease this thing a little bit. I got a little cup of oil with a little brush. I got this thing at Daiso, if anybody's wondering. It's quite the little contraption. Making pancakes and stuff on the griddle in the house. So out here, and I don't want to drag out that big old bottle. This thing is pretty darn cool. Pretty cool. And you can adjust how much, you know, how much of the brush you want hanging out of your little thing. I got my marinated lamb right here. I let it sit for 3 or 4 hours. You should let you should let this stuff sit overnight, but you know, you do it as long as you can take it. Boy, that smells good. One of the reasons why I got this gravity smoker is because it does hot and low very well. If you keep the inside of this thing clean so you don't start a grease fire, man, does it really do a number on hot stuff. Oh, cardamom pod. We don't want the whole cardamom pod. Man, I'm going to find all kinds of stuff in here because I wasn't very careful about how I, processed my stuff. Someone's going to bite into a big old cardamom pod and turn their face inside out. There's another one. Or a clove. Clove, probably worse, right? Because then your whole face will go numb. I don't know if y'all know that, but cloves, people will take ground cloves and pack them into their teeth if they got teeth problems, because it'll numb out your nerve in your tooth. You know what? Because it's starting to boil a little bit like this, it's telling me I should have let it heat up even more, and I had that sucker turned up to 500. So what I'm going to do is try to get this thing to sear, and I'm going to shut that lid, and I'm going to crank the heat up and see if I can evaporate off some of that moisture. So when I talked about grease fire, yeah, I try not to put anything down that hole because it'll pool down there and catch on fire. So I'm just gonna kind of push it up towards the front, kind of keep fishing for more of that grease and moving it away from the meat. It'll help kind of encourage that meat to brown a little bit instead of sit back there and steam. Brown, develops flavor, and steaming not so much. And if you do like I did and be lazy and don't break your stuff up real good, try to fish out those chunks of garlic and ginger and cardamom pods and cloves and all that stuff. Your guests will thank you, I'm sure. Okay, a couple more minutes. And I'm going to leave that grease there because look, now we got the brown. That's what we're after. Okay. And I'm going to leave that grease on there because when I come back, I'm going to try to toast the bread, or that flatbread, right here in this grill, on this grill with that grease. Okie doke. Back in the house and see you in a second. All right, y'all. I am going to channel my inner shawarma man, bringing it in deep. So we got some flatbread from the Arabic bakery. I don't know if it's Saj bread. I'm gonna call it Saj bread because I'm gonna massage it like that. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put on some toom. This is called toom. It's a garlic paste, and I didn't get it as thick as I've seen it done. If y'all want a recipe for this stuff, maybe I'll do one, but I got it from Emmy Made in Japan, if you ever follow her. If you want to see that video, I'll put a little box right. Just kidding, I don't know how to do that. How many videos I got? Look at my thing. I ain't got none. I don't know how to do this stuff. So we're just gonna, if you want, check her out. She's on there. Garlic sauce. Now, we're gonna put down a little bit of lettuce. Yes, it's all washed. I like my gloves too, huh? A little bit of lettuce. And then the shawarma. Put a little of that shawarma. I gotta feed like 4 people, so I'm gonna take it easy on this. That's still quite a bit. Next, the fresh fries. Shout out to the Belgians. Although I don't think they're fresh. You know, I didn't use fresh fries. And I don't know if they do at the restaurants either. Because fresh fries are a pain in the neck to make. I don't know if anybody's ever done the whole double fry, triple fry thing. But, don't think so. This is a little bit of hummus. Yes, I made that too. I'm going to put a little of that up here on the front. And now we got a little bit of onion. It should be sumac onion, right? But I was really on my game and did not get any sumac. Some pickles. And these are pickled turnips. I've never tried these before. They're a little bit salty, very briny, sour. Like they strike me as something that's been pickled like sauerkraut has. Like they don't have that vinegar hit, but they do have a very pickle thing going on. And then we're gonna do a little bit of tomato. And finally, the magic. This is pomegranate molasses. Then I'm going to wrap it up and I'll take it back outside and put it on the grill and kind of crisp it up. And according to the shawarma dudes, if it's not tight, it's not right. There it is. And that's the beast from the south. I was going to say the east because it rhymes, but I'm in Texas, so I ain't east. And there we go. Give me a minute. I'm going to go toast this sucker up back up there on the grill and come back and plate it up and show you what it looks like. Okay, you guys. It's time for the moment of truth. First thing I got to say is it's not tight, so it's not right. But all the little bits and bobs that kind of flew out of this thing, I got a little sneaky taste of. And man, I think the kids are going to crush this. So let's take a look at it. There it is. Dude, that's quite beastly. So that's dinner right there, and that's a monster. I got a little bit of rice that's seasoned with a little bit of chicken broth and butter, and that's a roasted eggplant and tomato over there. But, you know, you put it on your best china, and there you go. There you go. And if y'all want to see the bite, people like that. I like that. I like watching people take the bite. So I'm on it. And here we go. I'm being critical. That's from another planet, you guys. Like, I've had gyros and, you know, lots of Greek and Mediterranean, Middle Eastern stuff. Cooked a lot of it. Yeah. Dude, that's something. That's something. Oh, and for dessert, in case you guys want to see, because it's my mother-in-law's birthday, and she hates lamb. She will love this. Is the recipe that's going to change her life. This will change her. This will change her. But I do have something that's going to blow her mind. If y'all live in the San Antonio area, this is called Canefa. It's cheese, but it's a dessert with pistachios and other loveliness and a little bit of a syrup. And we're going to heat that up and blow my mother-in-law's mind a little bit. And we got her this. And she loves baklava. So there you go. Right? There you go. I hope you enjoyed it. There's lots of stuff you can do on that grill, including cook cats. You stinker. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. See you again, I hope. And God bless. Quick after dinner update. Hey kids, how was it?
Good soup.
Good soup. Like just kind of good soup, or was it like?
It's really good.
Right? Like blow your mind good?